Embracing the shadow self. What do we do? What do we do? So we all carry the demons inside us. We all carry that shadow self, regardless of how big a healer you are, how big you care for people, how big you... So you've been trying to manifest a second chance with the girl for a while. I'm going to manifest it. What am I doing wrong? Rick, send me a PM after the live and we'll have a wee chat. Okay, darling? Yeah? So anyway, as I say, we've all got a shadow self. We all have our demons inside ourselves. And sometimes we can just have glimpses of it. Sometimes we witness full frontal chaos with it, you know. For the most part, we tend to ignore it and bury it. So we do, because we don't believe that it exists, out of fear or guilt or of pure shame. We just don't like to look at it. And discovering your demons is really a vital part of your inner work. It really is. You really need to really do that. Hi, Anne. How you doing? Good to see you here, my darling. Hi, Jennifer. Where are we going? So what we're saying. So your shadow self is cut from previous life, I believe, or myself. Can be, Danielle. Can be. You've maybe got vows that's put in there, and you need to get release those vows. Or it could be a soul contract or something like that. Stay to the end of the live and you'll hear more about it, and I'll be able to tell you how we can sort that. I think you may have beat it in this life, my shadow self. I'm in limbo, a lot of changes, don't know what to do. Crystal, give me a wee PM at the end of here, darling, and we'll have a wee chat, yeah? Because I can maybe guide you in what you need to do there. So basically, hi, Christine, my dear, how are you doing? Hi, Kathleen. How you doing, my darling? And stop me if you don't understand, and you need to get a wee bit more information, because what I'm going to look at today is I'm going to look at the different types of demons, monsters, whatever you want to call them, that is inside of us, because they all come in different shapes and sizes, and some of them will have bits of ones, and some of that one, some of that one. I know I certainly do, and I'm how to manifest. Brandetta, send my wee message, PM, darling, and I'll certainly get back to you. Yeah, because I can help you with that. So basically, what we're doing is that a lot of people possess more than a number of different shadows. You know, and if we don't look at it, we don't look at these shadows, we have some really consequences. We really do if we don't do that inner work. So I'm going to go run past you a few, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to look at how you can embrace that shadow self. How does that sound to you? Give me a thumbs up or a bit of love. Give me a wee bit of love if that sounds good to you, and we will start going, because we all like a bit of love. Yeah, you're welcome, Bandita. You're welcome, darling. Yeah. So we've got the egotistical demon, the egotistical monster, whatever you want to call it. And the root cause of that is primal fear of not being good enough, not existing, being a nobody. And the person that displays the following characteristics of arrogance, egocentricity, I can never say that word, pompousness, inconsiderate, self-indulgence, narcissism, and excessive pride. That can be the egotistical monster. Yeah, you've got the neurotic monster. The root cause is fear of life. Crystal, give me some guidance. Crystal, send me a wee bit of a PM, darling, at the end of this, and we'll see what we can do. So we've got the neurotic monster. Root cause is, as I say, fear of life, and of others, and of yourself. Quite a lot of people I see have fear of the self and a desire to regain control. And this person displays paranoia, obsessiveness, suspicious. They can be a bit finicky and demanding, and they have a bit of a compulsive behaviour. Yeah. And then we've got the emotionally unstable monster. Hi, Raja. How you doing, my darling? And the emotional unstable monster, the root cause of that is the basic feeling of being unloved. You know, that you feel you're unlovable, you're powerless, you've lost your power. It's a reaction to unresolved emotional pain. And this person displays the following, can be moody, you know, melodramatic, very dramatic, you know, manipulative, weepy, over emotional, can be quite impulsive. Hi Joy, hope you're well, darling. And can change at any minute. Yeah? And then we've got the controlling monster. How many people know the controlling monster? Of people around us, even ourselves, you know? There's a bit of me that has that control monster sometimes in there. And the root cause of that is a basic mistrust of life, yeah? Feelings of abandonment and not being good enough, yeah? And this person, you love my accent, total Scottish accent, Joyce was. So this person displays the following characteristics. They're very suspicious, jealous, possessive. They can be very bossy, very, very obsessive, you know, as a controlling monster. And then you've got the cynical monster. And the root cause of that could be that the protection against them feeling too vulnerable. And this person will be quite negative, critical, patronizing, resentful, cantankerous, yeah? And then you've got the untrustworthy, say that again, the untrustworthy monster. And the root cause of that is fear of life, just having the fear of life. I mean, oh, I'm so glad you stumbled across me too. Yeah, so am I, Joy, so am I. So, and this person here is who's the untrustworthy monster, if I can get that out, so is, can be quite secretive, impulsive, frivolous, irresponsible, deceitful, and unreliable. Excuse me. And then we have the cowardly monster as a shadow self. And they're soaked in fear, disbelief in themselves. And they're quite weak-willed, you know, timid and fearful. That's a cowardly monster. And then you've got the knave monster, you know. That's the root cause is the refusal to give up, you know, lack of the individual ego. Yeah, they tend to be quite petty, quite immature, illogical, simple-mindedness, you know. And then you've got a rigid monster, and you can see that some of those traits can intertwine with others, you know. And then you have the rigid monster who has fear, rejection of the unknown. You know, that's the root cause of it. They're a bit chaotic, you know, and the ego death. And they really can be really uptight, intolerant, obstinate, you know, uncompromising, really narrow-minded as well. And then you've got the wrath monster who fears others, you know, has a mistrust for life, has a really closed heart, and they really can be quite ruthless and vengeful, quite bitchy. You know, that you all know that bitchy person, let's be honest, can be very quick-tempered and quarrelsome. You know, they like to have a good argument, you know. And then you've got the disconnected monster. You know, I used to be this one. I used to be quite very disconnected many years ago, and the root cause of that is buried grief. You know, when you've not actually looked at your grief and made friends with that grief. You know, or fear, or shame, guilt. Yeah, because numbness is a defense, it's so you don't get hurt. You know, and this is when people are emotionally detached, when they're distant, when they feel indifferent, they're uncaring, they're unexcited about anything in life, you know. And how many people do you know that is like that, you know? And lastly is the perverted monster, yeah? The root cause of that is repressed sexual energy and possible unresolved childhood wounds, you know. And this person can be quite sadistic, quite lustful, depraved, corrupt, you know. So how many of these inner monsters can you relate to? You know, which ones do you relate to? Let me know. If you want to let me know, that is. Because, but you should really, we all hide from that shadow self, and really you should be really embracing that shadow self. Because see, when you embrace it, your life gets so much better. It really, really does. It gets so much better. And there's several ways to really get to know and explore your shadow self. You know, if you want to become more whole, if you want to be more integrated human being, it's crucial that you face your shadow self. Yeah. Hi Laura. Hi Diane. I'm seeing waves here. So hi. How you doing, darling? Joy too. Yeah. I've got a few. There's a few in there that's mine. Definitely. You know. So does anybody know how would you embrace that shadow self? Do you know how to do that? Anyone? Christine's about many of them. Yeah, I'm the same, Christine. There's a few in there that's me as well. The numbness resonates with me, Vicky. Yeah, yeah. And I think the numbness is a grief one. Yeah, is that right? Yeah. Totally. Yeah. And Michelle, you'd like to know? Yeah, we're going to get onto that. I just wanted to know if anybody else knew of any of. A few of them resonate, Linda, yeah. And can we get a list of the shadows? Yeah, you can do. What I'll do is I'll do a wee PDF of them and I'll put them on my personal page for you all. Is that okay? Yeah? I'll do a wee post with them and I'll put them, or in fact what I'll do is I'll actually do a wee blog and put them on that. Okay, guy? Okay, Jennifer? Because it's very good for you to know. Hi, Ivana. How you doing, lovely? It's good to see you. So great. Yeah, acknowledge you first. Yeah. So if you maybe some later on tonight or tomorrow, I'll put up what each of those shadow selves and what they represent and what have you, and a wee bit about them. Yeah. And you say, I know it's untrustworthy for me and a few others. I find it hard to trust due to child trauma. Yeah, completely. Yeah, meditation does work. Yeah, completely does work. Because when you're doing the meditation is it's putting you back into your heart space. That's what meditation's doing. You know, and it's really very, very good for putting that love back in. My hair's I don't know what's happening with my hair today. Anyway, so awareness, feel, breath and love. Yeah, totally, Nakota. Totally. Yeah. So, we've got loads here. So thank you. That would be great. Thank you. Yeah, hello. Resonate with distrust in relationships and one that's being unvaluable due to childhood drama. Yeah, completely. Because a lot of it comes from childhood drama. But we're going to do a wee thing at the end of this, just for you to see and how you can maybe embrace it. And if you need to change it, change it. Yeah, simple. Just hang on to the end. So here we go. Hi, Karina. How you doing, my darling? So there's several different ways that you can do it. You can embrace the shadow self. One of the first and I get children to do this, you know, because I see quite a few child kids, is I get them to draw or paint. And what I get them to do is I get them to draw and paint, and I actually get them to just do like parts of themselves. So I like a bubble, you know, different bubbles round, and I get them to do whatever the way they want, with different colours if they want. Try it. Try getting a piece of paper. Some people need a wee bit bigger than A4 paper. I know I certainly do, because I've got a lot of different parts here. And put all the good parts in, but also put the not so good parts in. You know, all those parts that resonate with you, put them in that, and you'll be quite surprised at yourself of what actually you get in there and what comes out that. It's very, very good. Because, and also as well, painting and drawing whatever comes into the mind, do you know? Because the strangest mental images and scenarios hold a seed of wisdom. And how I know this is, and it can really reveal hidden feelings, thoughts and memories, do you know? Because in hypnotherapy, we use metaphors. and to help the subconscious mind make changes. So you can draw weird and wonderful things, but don't judge it. Be non-judgmental. Hi Victoria, how you doing? Christine, you say meditation, hypnosis. Yeah, totally, Christine. Yeah. Let's see. So be gentle with yourself, you know, and be receptive. Just allow yourself to just do it. Remember that shadow self is part of you. It's part of you. It doesn't define you, but it's part of you. Embrace it, you know. Another way to embrace that shadow self is to write. Keep a journal by the side of your bed. Write in the morning, write at night. And if you don't like writing, journal. You know, try. Well, I have this technique that I do with people is we use the automatic writing. So I get them to connect to the guides, and we use automatic writing so that we can write. And if you want to ask your shadow self to come out, ask them to come out. You know, make sure your guides are holding space for you. You know, there's so many different ways that you can do this, and it keeps a record of all the bad emotions, the thoughts, the habits. You know, because remember, everything's not set in stone. Everything can be changed. You know, but embrace that that shadow side, and see when you embrace it, that's when the light starts to shine through. It really does, and I'm talking from experience here. Because I've had a very adverse childhood, and I had really dark. We used to have really dark thoughts and what have you, and all the rest of it. And that's why I use the healing techniques that I use now. I've travelled the world, going with your shamans, your Native Americans, you know, your Rinpoches, all the rest of it, to find those healing, those things that actually do work, those things that you feel good, you know, and really good. Hi Jenny, how you doing? How you doing, my darling? So, and that practice, writing, really helps the darker elements of your nature. It really does. And reading through those journals, I mean, sometimes, because I've got loads of journals, and sometimes I'll read them maybe a year or 2 years later, and I'll go, oh my God, I can't believe that. I've so changed, you know? And sometimes if I've not changed, I'll actually make sure that I make sure that I embrace that part of me. Yeah. Another way, and this is the way that people sometimes don't like, is use the world as a mirror, the projection technique. Yeah. Because projection's at the very heart and soul of the shadow. It's how the shadow hides and protects itself. So quite simply, I'm good, Janie. Thank you, darling. So the shadow basically hides and protects itself. You know, it doesn't like to come out and thingy. But see, when you do allow yourself to embrace that, wow, you really do get a good. You know, that light starts to come in, and I'm talking from experience. So you project. Hi Candice from South Africa, how are you doing, darling? So we project the qualities of ourselves that we dislike onto others. Yeah, sometimes that's a wee hard one to swallow, that one. So that we don't have to deal with them ourselves. Yeah. So projection also helps us to avoid taking responsibility for ourselves, and instead helps us to make others the culprits. Yeah, the scapegoats for your unresolved issues. And I see that so many times. And however, that projection is actually a powerful shadow work tool that helps you explore your shadow selves, yeah, when done deliberately. It really, really does. So when you approach I also find writing does help me. Yeah, totally, Christine. Yeah. I'm good, thank you, Candice. Very good, and thank you for being here. So how the projections actually, it is a very powerful work tool. Helps you explore your shadow self when it's done. Because a lot of times when I've got things maybe with clients, or I've got things with friends, and something I don't like, I don't look at the person and look at it. I actually look at, oh, right, so what's in me? What is in me that's that I'm projecting out there? And sometimes we don't like to see what we are projecting out there. Do you know? Oh, and we deny it. Trust me. I don't know how many times I've denied it, but it's there, and it will keep coming until you embrace it, until you actually look at it and say, "Yeah, okay, that is part of me." You know. So when you approach other people with you need to journal more, Anne. Yeah, completely. Yeah, totally. It's really, really good. Yeah. So when you approach people with a mindful approach, you know, you'll be able to discover who and what who you project your shadow onto and why. You know, because I'm a one that I want to know why. Yeah. So, and what's interesting about the shadow is that we not only project our negative traits and elements onto others, but our good ones as well. So remember that. Just look at the good traits you see in other people. And there's a great saying that look at the closest 5 people around you, especially your friends, and you will have those traits, even the ones that you don't like in them. Yeah, you'll be like them as well. Yeah. So so it's really interesting. It's really, really interesting. And we unconsciously refuse to embrace your noble, those elements, because the ego is afraid. You know, it's afraid of these elements that will change because they don't want it to change. You know, they don't want it to upset the personality structure because you've made that personality structure. You know, and a lot of people don't like change. You know, you just don't like that change at all. So, in a nutshell, basically, your world is your mirror. Yeah, observe it. You know, secret. Who's the people you like? Can a person project a shadow onto someone? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Can a person project a shadow onto someone they have never personally met? Yes, I do believe they can. Yes, because of some of the things I've seen in my practice with some clients. Yep, totally. Yep. And if that's happening to you, Michelle, give me a shout. We'll see if we can help you. So basically, sometimes current movies that you watch, television shows, sometimes they reflect your deeper interest in the darker aspects of ourselves, you know? Why else would we have such a fascination with this constant battle between good and evil? Yeah? Do you know the superhero, the fantasy, the action heroes, there's always a hero versus a villain? Yeah, you're good and you're bad, you know? Your shadow self and your good self. Yeah? And we fall in love with those charming characters, those villains. You know how many people like the Dexter, the Joker, Walter White from Breaking Bad? You know how many people like them? Really, Brittany, I feel like I carry something that projects onto others. So do they? Can do, yeah. Brittany, yep, can do. Depends, really depends, yeah. And often our shadow traits are projected onto people we like also, people we admire, people we fall in love with, yeah? The opposite is also true, and the most defensive beings can become the carriers of your negative projected shadow self traits. So remember that, yeah? So children, for example, and I see quite a lot of children in my practice. Children, for example, provide the perfect outlet for people's anger, frustration, and other negative emotions. Yeah, the smallest of accidents or naughty actions can be punished with disproportionate destructive wrath. They really can. Pets too, unfortunately, are just as vulnerable. Do you know? How many times have you seen someone when you've been out for a walk and somebody's got their shadow selves out and you see them talking badly to a dog or even kicking the dog? You know? That's what I mean by that. How do you get it off of you? Well, you need to use a protection thing, Joy. As I say, message me, Joy, and I'll have a chat with you. Yeah. So try this. So I want you to try this wee exercise I've got just now. So as long as you're not driving or anything like that, well, I suppose you could do it when you're driving actually. But you need your full, but I want your full attention on this. So try and think of someone you don't like. And give me a thumbs up when you've got that. And I want you to think of what it is in them that you don't like. And give me a thumbs up when you have that. Right? Got that? Yeah, got that? Okay. So once you've got that, I want you to try and locate the feeling within your body. Whereabouts is it in your body, that feeling? Because you'll all feel it. You will all feel it. Okay, Linda, speak to you later. No, George, I don't do readings, darling. Sorry. Yeah. So, everybody got that? So now what I want you to do is, what is that feeling trying to tell you? Your left hip at the back, Nakota. Yeah. 3 places. Yeah. Yeah, will be. Yeah, totally. So now what I want you to do is I want you to see, what is that feeling trying to tell you? And what part of you is that feeling? Always in your chest you feel it, Linda. Heart, Jennifer. Okay. And what is it that you don't like about, what trait is it that you don't like about them? What is that trait? Stay away, it'll make you sick. Okay, Joy? We're going to fix that just now, though, Joy. No problem. I'm just waiting on some comments coming back here to just tell me what it is that they feel like a coil lies, Nakota. Yeah? Yeah? That makes complete sense to me. Yeah? Anyone else? Heart and left knee. Okay, left knee. Okay. Yeah? Okay. So now what I want you to do, I want you to think of where the past is on your timeline, right? Because I'm going to bring 2 things in one here. So I want you to think of where your past is, and some people have the past at the back, some people is to the side, some people seem to the front. Whereabouts is your past in your timeline? And where's your future? So when you think of the past, when I think of the past, I'm that way. When I think of the future, I'm that way. But the thing is, my past used to be there, my future used to be there. And I was in the middle of it. Whereas now, the lovely Ken Falconer changed my timeline. So my timeline was now here. I've just realised that actually. Thank you, Ken. Yeah, so pure anger, Michelle. Yeah, well, because it'll bring stuff up. Yeah. Jennifer, overly critical, rude and condescending behaviour. Yeah, it's coming out now. It's coming out now. So now what I want to do is think of the past, where your timeline is, think of where your future is. I want you to go back to the first time in your past where you felt that feeling or emotion that was in that other person. So it would be where you felt that rude or condescending behaviour. in your past? Where did you find it? Was it yours, or was it someone else's? Was it your parents? Was it your siblings? Was it your friends, your partner, your children? And once you find it, what is the feeling or emotion trying to tell you? Face it and feel it. And see that it's not that bad, you know? Because you're fearing it. And that's why it makes it bad. But when you actually face it, when you embrace it without a negative feeling, you actually just embrace it. It's not mine, it's my dad's. Yeah, you always find it's someone else's. It's someone else's that feel it. And the people, I'm just going to use you as an instance, Anne, who's rude and condescending behaviour will reflect someone in your timeline in the past who was very rude and condescending. Would that be right, Anne? Sadness and guilt. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dakota. Totally. Yeah, past life, future right. Someone else's dad had these characters, then in-laws became like that. Yep, totally. So what's that feeling trying to tell you, when you face it? 7 years old and it was your parents. Yeah. So do you want to transform it? Do you want to transform that feeling, guys? So that when you come across somebody with those characteristics, you've got rid of it. You want to do that? Because you can do that now. Give me a thumbs up. Give me some love. Even for the ones that are doing the replay, give me some love and give me some. Yeah, totally. Because it can be. We tend to stick with it when we can't transform it. Yeah. So what I want you to do then is I want you to imagine in front of you. Now, if you're not very good at imagining, just pretend, right? I want you to imagine in front of you a chair. Could be any type of chair at all. Just imagine it's in front of you, okay? Because we're going to transform that emotion, that negative emotion that was there, right? Now, if it was a positive emotion, you'll do the opposite to what I'm saying, okay? But most years I think are negative there. So you want to transform it. So think of a chair in front of you. I want you to locate it within your body again, and I want you to allocate colour to that emotion. And maybe a shape. And I want you to take it out of your body and I want you to put it on the chair. And again, as I say, if you find it very difficult to imagine, just pretend you're doing it. The unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between real or imagined. Neither it does. So you've got that. So now what I want you to do is, does it have a voice to it? Does it have a smell? Can you hear anything from it? Only you will know, yeah? Because we're going to change everything about it. So what I want you to do is, if you want to transform it, yeah? What I want you to do is I want you to change the colour to your favourite colour. Change it to your favourite colour. And then what I want to do, if we're going to get rid of it, I want you to get that shape, whatever it is, it could be anything at all, and I want you to squish it right down. And use your hands as well. Squish it right down as if it's a tiny micro dot. Because what you're going to do is you're going to chuck it over your left shoulder to get rid of it, as if it's going into a burning fire. Get rid of it. You don't need it. And now what I want you to do, I want you to scan your body again to see if you can feel those feelings. And when you feel those feelings, yes, to stand up to it, set boundaries and let go. Brilliant, Anne. Brilliant. So what I want you to do is scan your body again, see if there's any of that feeling, any heaviness within that feeling. And what I want you to do is I want you to get somebody just messaged me there and put me off track there, sorry. So I want you to actually get that, if there's any feeling of denseness, that negative feeling still in your body, just bring it all out, put it on that chair, put all of it in that chair. See what colour, or colours, there could be a few colours here. Again, change it to your favourite colour, bring it right down, transform it. Remember, the imagination, the subconscious mind, doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. Put it over the shoulder. Yeah? Let it go. So now what I want you to do is I want you to think of your favourite colour, the colour you absolutely love. And I want you to put that colour on that chair. And I want you to actually, once you put that colour on that chair, I want you to think of something that you absolutely love. Something you absolutely love. And I want you to bring that into your body, into your core, where you took it out of your body. So you put it into your energy field and see the difference. And I want you to allow that feeling. Hi, Charlene, how are you going, darling? I want you to allow that feeling to just become more joy. Let me know how you feel. Now, Joy is saying she's what a relief. That's good. Anybody else feel any different? Like a new person, Joy? Yeah. And that's just a simple technique. Yeah. Laughter. Yeah. Good. Good, Nakota. Anyone else? Now, as I said earlier on this this live, is now that was just a tiny. It's gone. Yeah, Nakota, totally gone. I've got this 8-week intensive, powerful, very, very powerful. There's laughter is medicine, completely, Brittany, completely. And I'm a great one for having a good. I like to look at this. I like to have a good laugh, so I do. As most people know me, I'm always laughing. And if you ever feel a good tip, I would give you as well, is if you ever feel that you are you're down, you're depressed, you ever feel like something's on you, laugh, because it'll take it away. If you ever feel that sleep paralysis, laugh. It'll go completely. Honestly, laughter is the thing that will always get you out of it. Totally. So basically, I'm doing a course where it is, we're going to be looking at the shadow self. We're going to be looking at, not only are you going to look at the shadow self, you're going to be looking at the removal of curses, hexes, entities, dark energy. You're going to be transforming depression, low energy, dark energy into love and health and vitality. And then what you're going to do is you're going to look at the laugh and discharge self. Yep, completely, Brittany, totally. And then we're going to look at the all those the things that we've had traumas with, you know, the personality characteristics. So we're going to look at the vows that you've made, the soul contracts that you've made, and we're going to actually visit the Akasha records to see if it's karmic, ancestral, and present. And then you'll be clearing that negative karma and removing those vows, like the vows of poverty, vows of spirituality, vows of all those voids that we make in our soul contract before we get here, we'll be doing that. Then what you'll be doing is you'll be looking at your emotions. You know, we'll be looking at those authentic feelings, the anger, the frustration, the disappointment, all those things, and forgiving it. You know, and you'll be bringing back those feelings of being lost, not being good enough. You know, those feelings of unworthiness. You know the ones that all come, the worry, the anxiety, all that. Will be retrieving the lost soul parts where you've had that trauma and bringing it back with love. And it's a very powerful technique. It'll change your life, and it'll allow you to stand in your power, and anything that's not your soul purpose will just leave your life completely. And it'll give you a life force energy. It'll restore your energy. It really will. And then we're looking at, after that, as I say, it's 8 weeks over. It's intense. There'll be a lot of you'll be a different person after that 8 weeks, completely. My guides have been kicking my ass to get this out there. So, and it's all, most of it's downloaded. A lot of it I've learned on my travels going around the world, from the best to the best. And so after that process, you're looking at the Egyptian symbols. You see some of those symbols in the back of my wall, which I use these with my clients, and they're very, very powerful. Deep cleansing symbols that will cleanse and transform your energy field, and will actually show you what your soul purpose is. So, and where your soul needs to be transformed and cleansed, and that'll be a rebalancing of energy there as well. And then what you'll be doing is you'll be looking at you'll be taking on a powerful journey to embrace your true calling. So, get in your power. You know. Use the symbols for manifestation, so that your power, your own power, your material world, your relationships, better family life, is so much more. The thing about this is you've got to be careful what you wish for, because you'll get it. It's so powerful. And then you will be taken up to you'll be using those Egyptian symbols for manifestation, abundance, prosperity. We'll be blessing those energy centers. You'll be energizing the mind and the body and the spirit. And you'll actually be, you'll be meeting we're taking you up to another dimension and meeting the Arcturians and the Pleiadians to manifest your dream life. Now, this is so powerful. It really is. I did a tiny mini course last year with this powerful, one of those manifestation techniques from the Arcturians. And I was downloaded with it, and I obviously recorded it as I was downloaded with it. And I actually thought, I better do this. I better go and do this thing, you know. And went and did it, and actually I fell asleep, and I came back and I went, well, that was a load of shit. Didn't work, you know. I thought, Christ, I'm meant to begin people that doesn't work. And the thing I wanted to manifest was iMac, you know, a Mac computer, because my computer's been up, which was £1,500. That's in sterling. So, and I wanted to come with these. I didn't want anything. I didn't want to think about it. It would just come. So I did the activation, and I just thought it was a load of shit. Didn't work, you know. 10 minutes later, and I shit you know, 10 minutes later, I received a phone call, and I actually manifested the exact computer I wanted. I was blown away, absolutely blown away. The amount of people that manifested off that, dream jobs, publishing deals, lottery wins, new jobs, you know, better families, relationship, new cars, you name it, they manifested. So you've got to be really careful what you wish for. This is why we need to clean everything out before you get to that part. And it's an intense 8 weeks. If you want to know more about that course, as I say, not everybody gets on it, because your energy's got to be right. You've got to be in the right place for us to, because it's powerful. You'll be really in a different place at the end of it. And if this talks to you, just write transform in the comments, and I'll get back to you, and we can hook up on a wee call, discuss it, and I can ask you a few questions to see if you're the right fit, or if I'm the right fit for you also. And we've got people from all around the world on it. It's going to be online, 8 weeks with group coaching. You'll get to meet your tribe who are just like you, and the right energy. Remember, as I said, the people who are around you, we attract we attract like.